After, well, long time of waiting, over a month, or actually a month and 2 weeks, from last Ero F1 race, we are back with the action, but in a new season. Season calls number 7. They say season 7 is a lucky number, and, well, I hope it stays lucky with the new season. Welcome everyone to the Circuit of the Americas, where we will have the first race of the season, 7 in European Racing Organization. Usually you hear Wojciech Śmigowski and Luke Jobson today at the commentary booth, and well, today it happens as well. So you can say hello to the chat, Luke.
Hello.
There's 19 drivers on the grid today. Only reserve will be the Italian driver who's just signed up during the mid-season signups, Francesco Sonzoni. If I pronounce your name wrong, just tell me in the chat, because I'm not the greatest Italian speaker. We're switching to the live stream board now. As you can see, we're still having a break scene, and we're having an overcast weather here in Austin. And this is how we start the season, with the qualifying. So, I guess it's right time to introduce you to the entire grid, but first, let's ping all of the people on the Discord server so they know the things are going on, as the main ERO divisional PlayStation is starting its season now.
Other than that, there's loads of cars going out the pits straight away on softs, which you expect of seeing this.
Do we have any weather predictions?
2 secs. Just getting the information off low key. Well, I'm gonna guess it. He says it might be dry for the whole everything.
Well, that's getting interesting. I'm just going to adjust the audio settings in that short maintenance time, as I hope it will work all better now.
Hey, I just realised the guy who's literally first on the track right now. Can you guess who it is?
Is that going to be?
It's not Sniper. Before you say that.
Oh, I don't know, but we are turning on the track.
It's our last season's champion, Google.
Yep, and actually you gave me a good excuse to actually start introducing the grid. We'll be going through in the order of F1 Constructors Championship, the real F1 in 2021. As in the Mercedes, we've got Loki Chips, Chibuka Chikuma will be racing alongside Michal and Golian. Loki, well, his performance in the F1 last season was decent, as he finished in top 6 last season, and his teammate Michal nearly won an F2 championship. Perhaps you remember what happened on the last race, but we are not going to mention that, I guess.
You just mentioned it, you idiot.
Never mind. He's just blown it away in the title decider. But now, well, he's got a couple of decent F1 performances, season 4 and season 6, including 2 third places, both one podium in season 4 and 6, Netherlands and Belgium. Then we'll be going to a Red Bull, which has a very strong lineup. For the second time we're speaking about it, the lineup that might fight for the Constructors' Championship, and it's Cameron Dowd with Aurélien Lepenroux, who's got a 3rd place in last season's Ero F1, and it's actually best of the rest, considering the most of the season was just Google v Drake.
Google's backed out of his lap. He's made a mistake at coming out of the S's and he's backed out. So
well,
Wage now. Oh, sorry, go
on. Speaking about Cameron, he's got already that race win in Mexico, which was, well, it was a bit more of a challenge due to wet conditions. It actually went to full wet at the end of that race in season 6. Well, I do not remember that much because I was racing there and scored and finished outside the points. But
yes, I do, because I was watching that full race, and that's when he got dived in the second last corner. Obviously, I was going to say you can introduce a certain. Obviously, I'll just let you go through them all, but I was about to say a certain name there. But I'll let you continue, since Wage was going to set the first lap of the session. Google has backed out of his lap.
Yep. So before we go to Wagner finishing his lap, the Ferrari lineup is David Villaran, who's got 2 points positions last season in Ero F1, and August Linderson, who is
31
coming back.
9 is the benchmark.
Yep.
And 39. Oh, wow. It's so close between Mr. Multi. Who's next? Is that Axa? No, it's Cameron next. Oh, no. It's Williams. I mixed the colours up so badly. Sunset now takes it.
Yep.
Car next is Ferrari of Noir. Of David, P4.
Can I finish
Alpha.
the lineup?
No. Ken, P4 on mediums. Okay, I'm just letting these guys go first. Axe's invalidated. Cameron's coming online. Is he going to take provisional pole? No, he's on mediums again, though.
Okay.
And I'm just waiting for everyone to go across the grid, and then you can continue. Namco's invalidated is first. Low key, P2. Solo driver low key. Next Ferrari is Wrigley.
Who I said he's coming back after a break in Season 6. He was in F2 division in Season 5. Goes in with 32.9.
Cones is the next one on mediums too. Who was that just jumped up? Kappa Cox was P. No, I've missed that. And now Cones is now the fastest medium runner by 8 tenths. What the hell? What?
Well, you heard my reaction. He's just amazing. But continuing the line. Well, this is just Diogo.
Well, Gu was on a lap now. He's finishing his lap. He's coming to the last corner now. Is he going to get ahead of everyone in front? He invalidated his first lap. He backed out of it. And
And we thought someone was going to challenge him for the title.
Oh, Mac put his P2 now, and wow. But he's only a second quicker than the guy on mediums. Okay, I'll let you finish the grid now, obviously, because that's everyone, I think.
Yep. So I will continue because I mentioned that the Swedish driver of August Ligderson is coming back. Now we're going to McLaren, which were in real life 4th in the Constructors' Championship, and we are basing the order in real life Constructors' Championship. As it's 2 poles of Antonio Ginski, who's currently in the pits, and Kasper Kolasa, who's currently probably going into the pits. As
oh wow, Namco only goes P9.
Antoni is a debut driver, and how about Kasper? He was here for half a season in Season 6 in F2 Division, managed to get a podium in Singapore, but that's all of his major performances in his Ero career. Now he's coming back in the F1 Division. Next in the Constructors' Championship was El Plan, or more like you say Alpine. Depends how...
Don't call it that!
Well, depends what language do you prefer. If you prefer English or do you prefer, French or Spanish.
It's Alpine, don't.
El Plan.
Shut up.
Anyways, Karsten Gerding, Ferry Wagener. Ferry Wagener was a champion of Seasons 5 F2 Division. And how about Karsten? He was 4th in last season F2. And F3 champion in Season 4. Now these two are in F1 Division. And as you can see, they are getting pretty decent lap times in this qualifying.
Oh.
Wagener got like...
Hugo just made a big mistake. Hugo doesn't have a setup on. Yeah, that's not a good way to start your season, Hugo. He's currently P19. Oh, he's going to struggle so badly.
Okay.
But hey, I'll let you continue now. No one's on the laps.
Was it Wagener who had 6 pole positions and actually got only 11th in the Drivers' Championship in last season F2?
Yes, because he had qualified, but he crashed out almost every race, remember?
Yep.
He only won one race, that was Spain.
Thankfully, I was his teammate in Season 5 when we actually got the Constructors. But
even though he carried you.
Well, I still will. I still won a race.
One race because he let you pass!
His TV was about to switch off. But okay, no more chaos. We'll continue from Alpine to AlphaTauri, which has none of the Season 6 drivers. Jack Jessen and Joshua Evans are unable to race today. But there is that reserve of Francesco Sonzoni, who is replacing one of them. As he's a debut driver, more like Axel will tell you more about him, because completely new name for me, to be honest.
It's the Price not racing.
Once again?
I thought the Price is racing today.
No, he isn't, unfortunately.
Oh.
Next team is the Aston Martin, another very strong lineup, another lineup capable of fighting for the constructors. So when I was looking at these grids, I was thinking like 6 teams may fight for it. It all depends on actually luck and strategy. And it's Napoli Monsi and Marco Botta About Marco, we know his performances. He's got 4th in last season's Ero F1 division in the standings, but it only included like 2 podiums, and that would be 3, but there was a VSC glitch in British Grand Prix. And how about Napol?
Yeah.
He's the debut driver, but, well, as far as I'm aware, he's won PSGL F2 championship.
Yeah, that's a good start to have in this, especially so Goo will actually have a challenge. But right now, Namco has got it on softs. Obviously, he's on medium, so he's trying to get up to Google's time. The only car on the lap right now is Axel and Wojciech. Wojciech's on the backstretch now.
Okay, so I will continue through the lane, possibly.
Oh, I thought you were done.
Well, because we have time. We have still time before Google makes a lap. So,
wow, alright.
So we've got Williams drivers in the next, and these are the first Bosnian in Ero F1 division, and it's Mehmet Duranovic. Alongside him, there's a graduate from, attention, F4 division. Lex Hoda is teammate for the Bosnian driver, and Williams for the season. Next, we're having Alfa Romeos, where I race in F2, and they have decided to stay with Kalle Pulkkinen, but graduate him.
Was P2.
That's a decent lap. But Kalle Pulkkinen is the one who was F2 champion last season, and now he's graduated from F2 to F1 division. Alongside him, a debut driver, Hugo Domański.
Oh, hello. Cameron knocked the Google off his podium.
Well, he might put a big challenge into for Guil. But alongside Kalle Pulkkinen, there is Hugo Domański, as I need to finish. And at the last but not least, Haas. We have an esports challenger of Milan Vedronia. We all know him very well. He's won 8 races last season, and this led him to the Ero F1 championship.
Access P3 now.
Yep. And Guil is like invalidated his lap, so I'm waiting for some action from his side.
Well, Kavakox has got no front wing.
And he will go to the pits, I guess.
He has to, he's got no front wing. But I'm worried he's going to affect the people's laps now, but hopefully not.
No, he does not.
Thankfully not. Sunset's doing a lap on mediums again. That's quite surprising.
And that's an interesting strategy choice. Maybe maybe he's thinking about that race pace, where medium soft might be actually better than soft medium.
Yeah, true, but it just depends on how you can get through the traffic, though.
Ken got 7.
Franchi goes P6.
Yeah. But finishing the lineup, Guillaume Darunia and Diogo Moraes, who's won the F3 championship last season. But he's showing his pace in F2 and F1. Already got a podium in this division. And nearly...
Don't forget, they nearly won in Mexico, don't forget that.
Yep, nearly won, and I'm speaking about that podium. And about F2 tier, he's got into top 10 within 5 races. So his place is the F1 tier.
Yep, Namco's coming to the line now. What's that going to be? It takes pole by a commanding margin.
Well,
3-10. Wow. Well, Google's definitely going to have more of a challenge this season.
It's not only Drake, but Cameron and Aurelian are going to definitely make him taking the title tight and hard.
Yeah. Who else is on a lap I can finish? Mr. Mulpey and Corns, Corns Valley, his lap somehow at turn 1.
I'm looking for drivers who are on their laps right now, and
Corns is going to go on his lap now. Oh no, he's pitting on. Okay, I thought he would have gone for another. The Corns Valley at turn 1 somehow.
So, Michael goes on his hot lap in a Mercedes.
Mr. Valley his first run.
As he has 1 minute 2 seconds. I don't know what to think about this time. As now he goes around the 14, around the turn 14. We're going through that copy of Istanbul's turn 8, but reversed. Because in Istanbul Park, you go from left to actually, it's a turn left. It's turn 8. But here we're having a turn right. Well, it's complicated.
B14 for sniper. It's just how you sound like a nerd when you're doing that. Oh, bloody hell. But the best team right now is Red Bull, like you said, the very strong lineup of Cameron and Axa. And then the next team is Aston Martin of Makabota and I don't actually want to say that.
I'm following. If you want to pronounce his name, it's just Gem.
Oh, okay.
You might know this kind of food, actually.
Yeah, for God's sake,
Just for reference, of
let's
course.
just see. Well, if anyone isn't wondering why Zem hasn't set a time there, it's because he doesn't have a setup on, annoyingly. So he's gonna have fun today. And it looks like Makabota's on the lap. Or Marco now, obviously. But that's what his name used to be. And he's the only one apart from Sniper who's on the lap. 23 thousandths quicker in Sector 1. And Marco get anywhere near the top 5 at the moment.
Well, looking currently at the stats of this qualifying session, I can tell that there is that top 4 that may fight for the title this season.
That's not a thing. You never know. The race pace could be better than some of these guys' quality pace. Like,
Yep.
I know Marco's one of those has better race pace than quality pace. But we'll have to see what happens.
What we must say is that it's a very tight grid, with less than second of a gap between 2nd and 11th.
Ooh, Makabota's a 10.5 up here into Sector 2. And he's just in Sector 3 now.
We'll be switching to the Aston Martin.
As he's just got the long right-hander and the 2 left corners to go. Can he get anywhere near the top 3 at this rate, maybe? Comes to the last corner now. Don't invalidate this corner.
As it's very easy to do so. And I experienced a lot of times.
Ooh, he doesn't improve the position, but he improves his time by a 10.5.
Actually 123 thousandths of a second, and he's just 8 milliseconds behind
I
Wagner.
knew you were gonna say something. Okay, so Cameron, Guwil, Franchi, David, Mr. Moto, all on laps at the moment.
As I don't know what this kind of misunderstanding moment from both Diogo Moraes and Mehmet Duranovic, you can see the Haas and Williams actually side by side in the hot lap.
Well, he's went too close, that's why. Cole just started his lap normally, but Slippy just got really close to him. So I'm seeing who's going to cross the line now. That's Sunset on that outlap. Is that David? No, that's his team. Sniper retires.
Annette in the pits.
Wow. So he's not even fit. As David's invalidated his lap.
Yup, and he goes wide. Next is the McLaren.
Who's on the outlap.
Yup, so we'll be switching to one of the Red Bulls.
I think that's Cameron. Yeah, that is Cameron coming to the two last corners.
Can he take the pole position? Out
He
of the
was
whole
so
Emo C.
close. Invalidate there. Last corner of the go now. What is Cameron's going to do? No, he can't do it.
He's 30.8. It's a 10th off Namsko.
Well, David just retired on track, so that's fun. Because now his car is in the middle of the track at turn 1.
As Guil goes second and loses 3 milliseconds.
Oh, oh, he's not going to be happy. So Guil will not start on the pole for the first time here. Axe is in the pits. He's retired. No, Axe has crashed out.
On the last corner, you say?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Axe has lost traction in the last corner. Cut to one of the Williams right now. You can see him.
Go to the Williams.
Yeah,
Yup, I can see a car. Or actually, we cannot see a car anymore. Bios.
That is he's so lucky, but he's P4 and more. So Corn's jumped to P3 now. It's a great stop for Haas.
But look at Bios. He's actually started his lap right now.
That's really weird. So Wojciech, it's only Wojciech, Sunset, Wrigley, and Bios obviously who are on laps now.
As Wagner is about to cross the line, he's on the penultimate corner. We're going into turn 20. He is now crossing the line. Let's see his lap time. It's going to be improved one. Yes, it is. 31.3.
So, but Sunset's being pushed to P11, so he gets free choice of tyres now.
And I wonder
Kapok's invalidated. Kapok would have
Novel is
jumped
still
into
pushing.
P9.
Novel is still pushing in the Aston Martin to the first place. And he's about to improve his lap time, possibly.
I don't think he realised Google hasn't. Oh, he's invalidated. That's the lap done, but he's gonna have pole absolutely sealed in his first lap by 3 milliseconds.
As there is
Wow.
Mehmet Duranovic and Lex Hodo still doing laps. They're actually in the same corner.
What? The fact that the top 4 are within a tenth of each other is astounding. No, actually half a tenth.
Actually 60 milliseconds as Mehmet
Oh,
goes
Jesus.
17 fastest. How about his
Jesus
teammate?
wept.
Goes slowest with 33.7, so I guess that's it for this qualifying session. The
Yeah,
first
but what
qualifying of the
quali?
season showed us one thing. This grid is going to be very tight, especially at the front of it. The top 5 are all championship contenders. At least they might be.
Yeah, well, you can tell, obviously, now we're going to see whose race pace is best for this race.
And we didn't even ask you on the chat who is going to win today.
I don't think anyone predicted that top 3. So it's a French front row of Namco and Goodwill. And then Cohen's yet again P3. Then Cameron, Axa, so both Red Bulls in 4th and 5th. As Axa, I've got to feel, was improving his lap, but he must have just spun out in the last corner. And then Ken, that's a really good result for him in his first season here. Beating Wagenar, P7. Mr. Moto. Marco, P9. Franchi, P10. And then Sunset, Loki, Capricox, Sniper, David, Wrigley, Slippy, Zism, Bios all have 3 choice of tyres now. And it's going to be a dry race, so this is going to be entertaining.
What if they didn't told us about the rain at the end of it?
No, it's not F2.
Oh god. But it was the other way around. We started in the wet, we didn't finish, we started.
Yes, but still, I don't think Loki would lie about this. Okay, so we're just waiting for everyone to pick their fuel strategies and when they want to pit now, and then that should be it.
So, what we can say, well, in the meantime, when drivers are picking their strategies, I would tell you the standings, but there's no standings yet. So, yeah, just click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and visit the links in the description. Well, actually, that's all I can ask for. And hope you stay until the end of this race and enjoy the stream with us, because you can see that 5 drivers, 2 Red Bulls, 2 Haas's, and the Aston Martin are going all for the title, for the championship in Ero F1 on PlayStation.
Yep,
We've already made a practice start, I guess.
Yeah. But as the Aston Martin leads, both Haas's, both Red Bulls for the top 5. Obviously, I'm going to actually look at the tyres now. So, David, Slippy, and December have all gone for softs outside the top 10. And then everyone else has gone out for mediums. So that's going to be interesting to see how this race goes. So, Sunset, if he can make progress from P11, he'll have a great chance today for some good solid points.
Well, especially considering his alternate strategy, which is going from mediums to softs. You can stretch these mediums for a long time, same as soft. Soft medium is doable if you can manage your tires.
Yeah, it's just the fact, obviously, he has to get through the pack without having any contact, because you know how bad turn 1 it is here.
Yep, it's an uphill. It's 30 meters going upwards. Actually,
you can't see it was 4 wide in F2.
And I didn't see that. It actually wasn't first.
I think it was in front of you by quite a bit. It was 4 wide for literally about 5 seconds. But hopefully we don't get that here. Well, I don't want to have to deal with that many reports of people saying he didn't leave me room, he didn't die, he died from me. I don't want to deal with all that. But let's just see how this will actually go, and obviously how the new drivers will actually do here.
Well, especially looking at Napoli Munsi and Francesco Sanzoni, Aston Martin Alpha Tauri.
But it's a great freaking start for Namco. Obviously, his first race gets pole position and beats Gulwill,
And
the
get that
champion.
additional point to the standings.
Oh, I completely forgot. Unless he doesn't finish.
Yes.
Okay, so he's come to the grid now to take a pole position. But the thing about this, there's a fact about this trot routine. If you get a good start on the left side, you can take turn 1 before the others. So if Gula gets a great start, he could take the lead in turn 1, just like what happened in real life.
As we're about to start the United States Grand Prix.
Yep, the last car on grid, and the lights should be coming on.
Yup, it's happening. No glitches, no bugs, just racing. It's 5 lights. And they are out. And we're starting the Season 7 in European Race Organization. And it looks like Gul has got a better start. But Namco squeezing him down the inside. He goes now the outside to take a switchback possibly. Or maybe they move around the outside. They make contact. But they are still going side by side into the turn 2. As we are going to the S's and and it looks like Namco takes the lead of the United States Grand Prix.
The S's is very tight, and it doesn't like anything's happened though, so that's a really good sign for the start, obviously. But as you said, the Frenchmen were battling straight away in turn 1.
And it looks like not only Namco has gone away ahead of Gul. It looks like Cameron is getting close to these two as he's only 3 tenths behind.
Axe's got side by side with Cords now in the backstretch.
As they'll be using all of their power, it looks like. Kans has got most stops of the race. He gets the slipstream, the Red Bull, and they are going side by side yet again. Who will go ahead into the corner? Kans slightly squeezes Axe down the inside as Cameron looks for a move.
Yeah, Cameron had a break late, Axe's had to back out of that.
And I'm afraid Axe might be getting a floor damage because of that foliage which has gone under his car. But he stays in the 5th place. He goes down the inside. He's gone down the inside and he takes the 4th place, nearly spins round.
And he's going to lose the position to Wage now.
So the Alpine driver...
oh, wow.
Well, that's the Alpine driver is getting ahead.
That's quite an entertaining start, to say the least. But thankfully, everyone's kept it going clean. As Namco will lead the first race, the first lap of the F1 season by quite a comfortable margin too, 8 tenths.
Well, he might be getting out DRS. Remember the PC F1 race that happened 2 hours ago? Sorry, but for a moment, Francesco Sansoni makes a move on Carl Pulkin and he takes the A.
What a dive by the Frenchman. Like, the Frenchmen today are on fire, it looks like.
Surprised us a little bit. Casper Klasa is in the pits, probably changing his front wing. It looks like there's like 30 drivers in this pack fighting.
Yeah. Axel's trying to push Wage now, because look how close he is.
Well, he might be looking for a move down the inside, and is he gonna make it? It looks like.
He's gonna do it. Yeah.
He's regaining that 5th place. He got on the grid. There's yellow flags in sector.
Oh, it's damaged!
And that's the first spin of the season on the Ero F1 division. As we look to the top of the grid, it's a top 5 of Nofoli Monsi, Guillaume Darunia, Cameron Doubts, Diogo Moraes, Aurelio Pedro, and we see a fight at the back of the grid.
Oh, he's locked up! He went over the door! No, Wojciech couldn't get the grip there. But this is just losing time to Cohen's ahead now.
Well, Axe is already out of DRS from the top 4. As Marco Botta takes the 6th.
What a time for him! What a move to make! I swear that corner is a place everyone loves to overtake.
Well, it's one of the greatest overtaking opportunities. Yellow flag, sector 3, David again.
I think his tires is cooked and he hasn't cooled them down yet. As Gubel, that was really quick. So only lap 3. Oh, hello. Oh, Biles has spun out. As Cameron's now the fastest car on track in P3, and now DRS is going to be enabled for these guys.
And as I can see, there's one of the Williams being spun and going to the pits. It's Lex Scott there.
It's Biles. Yeah, it's Biles. He spun out on the second last corner. Yellow flag. Oh, DM's. You can't blame him. He didn't have a setup, so you can't blame him.
Yep. It's already written in the chat as that's the end of the race for the Alfa Romeo. First retirement of the season. We hope no more DNS will be coming for him for the remainder of S7. As well, My co-commentator has gone for a bit, as we are having a battle between Cameron Dowds and Guillaume Berunia, who takes the second place, and actually will be the one chasing Novel Imunsi.
Yeah, sorry, I just had something there happen there, that's why I couldn't talk. But yeah, I just noticed that Cameron has gotten a P2. Guillaume is struggling a bit.
Yep.
And now his teammates all over him, so this could turn into a Mazepin Schumacher situation.
Well, they are definitely both thinking about the championship. There's nothing like driver number 1 and driver number 2, as far as I'm aware, in this team.
I mean, like, when would Google say, yes, I am the second driver?
Well,
that's what you're going to ask.
That would be very weird for him.
Yeah, exactly. Cameron's going even faster now, and Sunset's now another penalty person to add on.
Looking
Cameron,
at
sorry.
Looking at the number of, looking at the amount of ERS these two have, Cameron has got a little bit more comparing to Novel, as Francesco overtakes Ferry for the 7th place.
Well, he's on a comeback drive. He qualified P10. He's just slowly making his way up the grid. And Ken's all over.
For that 6th place now.
Ken's all over now as well. So this could be... Oh, he's going for the outside here. They're still side by side.
As he'll be looking for a pass around the outside of the Alpine, and he makes the job done, not quite yet.
Yeah, he squeezed him on the curb there, so he's going to get a better exit, and he's done it. But now Ken gets the DRS. Wojciech's going to have nothing here. The defender gets missed the move.
As we are looking back to the battle for the 9th place, the McLaren takes it.
And Marco's got past Axa. So Axe's unfortunately had one mistake, and it's cost him so much time. He's now fighting Marco for P5.
As it looks like, the top 4 has actually gone away from the rest of the pack, and Aurelian is stuck in the 6th place behind Marco Botta.
Yeah, 3.5 seconds is something very hard to build from this track.
As there's Francesco getting 3 seconds.
Hey, no, that's the 3rd one of the day. As Wojciech's pitting.
This might be either a very interesting strategy of going to hard tires and until the end of the race, or he pits for the mediums now.
No, he's got front wing. He must have contact with... I think he might have contact with Ken.
Well, he takes on mediums. Yellow flags in sector 3, it's a Ferrari of David Biaran yet again.
He's left the session, so he's got disconnected.
Well, unfortunately, hope he will come back quickly to the lobby.
But I've noticed something. Cameron's cut the gap by 3 tenths now.
Yep, he's only 6 tenths of a second behind the current race leader of Novel Imunsi. Let's see if he can make the move, as he's getting that DRS. He's got loads of DRS, 20% more. And he can use all of that.
Oh, that's Wojciech.
Wojciech yet again spins, I guess.
He's gone out the pits and just span out on the S's. And he's trying to get back on track without blocking anyone.
Yep.
Other than that, it looks like... But Cameron's actually... I think Cameron may go for an under or an overcut. I don't know what yet. Because he's got the pace. He can definitely take the position. It just depends on what his strategy is.
Yellow flags too.
Oh, it's Wojciech again.
Well, he's got overheated tires, I must say. Just go very carefully.
It's the same with David. Obviously, his tires were absolutely pooped.
As Cameron still stays around half a second behind Novel. And he's saying that the RS provide for a move later during the race, or right before the pits. Or maybe he will think about the undercut.
You never know.
The privileged position to do that.
The track is a bit of a weird one for strategy.
You can go in all of tire choices. Apparently, apart from the 2 stopper where you go soft, soft, hard.
You never know what people can do. You never know a safety car can come out and just make the race completely entertaining. Like what happened yesterday.
Well, PCF1 race earlier today, had a man who's gone from soft to softs to hard to wets, and there was no rain in all of the race.
Oh wow! But Cameron's going for a move here.
As he's doing that DRS, he's only a tenth behind. They are side by side going into turn 12, the end of the sector 2. As now Cameron is the leader of the United States Grand Prix. He takes that.
Axa gets past Marco for P5 now.
So both Red Bulls overtook both Aston Martins one at a time, and they are now getting all those important points for the Constructors' Championship, because every point will matter between Aston Martin, Haas, Red Bull, and possibly will be having Mercedes, Ferrari.
Yeah, which are
actually a lot of teams involved. And actually Mercedes, AlphaTauri.
Yeah.
Possibly Alpine with McLaren.
Yeah, well, they're pushing that racing there, but Cameron's got a lot of pace because he's only pulled 5 tenths away from now after overtaken. But now he knows he needs to get away before the second DRS zone.
As Wagener goes out of the pits, but hopefully he does no danger to the rest of the drivers on the track, and we're especially looking at you, Aurelian, and the drivers behind you.
Oh, Wagener's car is not ghosted nowadays. As you can see, that was scary.
A bit too late, and it caused a little bit of interference.
It did. Fancy had to back out, so just a little bit of time to Marco. But unfortunately, we lost
in sector 1 and 2, but it will not cause anything.
It's just yellow. It's just Wagener's car trying to pull over. So we've already lost 3 drivers already.
Red rear wing.
Oh.
Head Wagener says in the chat. And this is like your time for the session, unfortunately. How did you get that damage, apparently?
Oh, Gould's going for it. He's getting a bit closer to Namco. As Namco's going to take it on the inside here.
It looks like he retains the lead of the United States Grand Prix yet again, but Cameron may look for a move down the inside. No, he does not.
Yeah, he's going to look for this cone. He might do it here.
Well, no, Namco has gone away. And Gould goes down the inside and nearly takes that second place. He loses it at the end. He loses the battle, but it's not over yet. He's now having his teammate right behind him.
That corner, I swear, is going to kill someone. It's seriously going to kill someone today. That corner is still good for overtaking, apparently. But, well, that 8 now. Obviously, this is where the tyres are going to start feeling a bit off.
The reason of red rear wing, by the way, was a curb.
Well, that's just logic. Not even a question. But the top 4 have incredibly pulled the 2.6 away from AXA.
Well, he was stuck behind Marco Botta, who was doing a great job for Nuffel in terms of the constructors. Because at the moment, as I quickly calculated, 26 plus 8 is 34 points. And for comparison, Red Bull has 28. How about the Haas? 27.
Oh, wow, you did all your calculations there. But AXA just can't catch up without DRS, and Marco's obviously got more ERS and can attack him for quite a bit.
Well, the gap between these two is now 3 tenths. I'm looking for that battle for the second place now. As Gould is the one closer to Cameron, then Cameron is close to Nuffel, and he might go for a look down the inside yet again. And he does not, he backs out of it.
He was too far back. He was just a bit too back. And Marco can't get past AXA this lap either, so as there's Ken's penalty now.
As it's a 4th penalty of the day.
Yay! Well, F2 did better than this already, and that was in the wet conditions. We didn't get any penalties to the dry. But we are on lap 9 nearly now, and this is when the strategies are going to start coming up for the pitting. So when do you think these guys are going to start pitting with Neil?
They'll be stretching these subs as long as they can, except from that one driver, and I cannot predict now which one.
Yeah, there's the 5th penalty of the day. Yeah, this is going lovely. But these guys, the fact that these 4 are literally nose and tail.
As looking if Castagadin can make a move on Antonio Ginski, he does not quite do it. He's just going very, very close. Looks like he's right on his gearbox in the battle for the 10th place. The gap being 2 tenths. They are not going side by side at all.
But there's one thing I've noticed. Cohen's is starting to slowly lose track of Gould now. The gap's starting to extend.
Yeah, because Gould is probably using all of his power in order to overtake Cameron as soon as possible.
I think Cameron's going for the move. He's using a lot of the ERS, so he might be able to make the move before the corner.
He knows every single point counts in the Constructors' Championship, even in the round 1. But he stayed behind Cameron.
Cameron backed out there. He could have gone for it, but he stopped using the ERS and backed out of the move. As Sunset get past Mr. Moto to P10 now on mediums, remember?
So the Alpine driver is in the points now. As Guil makes a move. Guil makes a move on Cameron and fails again.
And he can't do it again. That corner, you need to literally be that close and have a great exit to hold it.
Well, apparently, first of all, you have to block the outside line a bit lightly as Nuffle with Guillaume go into the pits.
Yeah, both Frenchmen. Google, it was a very late call by Namsco. And Google followed along, so the Frenchmen are going to go for mediums now to the end. Yes. So now, Cameron's got clean truck ahead of him. He can push and try and go for an overcut.
As it looks like, Cameron, yes, he is now the leader of the race. For Diogo Moraes, it would be very useful if he could get that these 0.3 of a second.
And Namco and Google came out in clean air. So that could help them hugely.
They are both 5 seconds behind Michael and Gallien and Mercedes in 9th place.
But they've got clean track for a lot of time now, so Cameron has to push 100% if he's going to try and keep ahead of these guys.
Well, the overcut might work, but it all depends on the Scottish driver.
I know, he's going to push like hell, and those two, unfortunately, got clean air, so this is going to be very tight.
Well, Cameron has lots of DCRS.
I was going to say, if he used a lot of ERS to catch up, they could just have... But Guil's going to be the one who needs to do this, because he can get the P2 of this. And Namsco is going to drag him along now. Obviously, he's got DRS off him.
Meanwhile, Caleb Lukin has overtaken Francesco Sansoni for the 5th.
No. Yeah, this is when the guys are going to start pitting now, so... Because I think, is Cameron going to push for a lap, just so he has fresher mediums to the end of the race?
Well, they might be useful at the closing stages. To remember the French Grand Prix last season, when Drake had older mediums. And
Cameron is pitting.
Yep. He was about to attack Guil, but it did not quite happen due to these worn tires. Alongside Cameron goes into the pits Diogo Moraes. And Wojciech as well.
Axa has to keep going, obviously, so he's going to extend it even further. As there goes... Namco and Guil coming to the last corner now. Cameron's not even in his pit yet.
Well, he's about to leave now.
And here they come. They come to the front stretch now. And Guil is going to have it. Oh, just fell down on the undercut.
Both of those drivers got an undercut from Nuffle and Guillaume. And they are now 1.5 seconds, which means they are out of the RS. But also look how quickly Nuffle is regaining to Michael. He's already like 3.8 seconds. When they were out of the pit, it was over 5. Yeah,
that shows how the difference is in the new mediums. But the Bond is obviously going to have a good chance now. Is low keys, P3 on the mediums. So he'll get rid of the slower tyres for the faster tyres in a few laps. Same with Sunset as well. These two can get some solid points here today. But obviously, it's going to be see what is Sniper going to do against these two that are chasing him down.
As Guil makes a move on Nuffle, we have just seen it on the point of view, and he's done it.
That ghost definitely helped him. And Cameron's already cut the gap like 5 tenths. That is incredible by Cameron.
And now he smoothly goes through the turn 14, and we're going for that long right-hander with him.
Cameron is on something today. He's cut the gap by nearly 7 tenths in 1 lap.
As we've got top 2 going to the pits, Aurélien Lepenro, Caleb Lukkinen, both in the pits.
Yep, both the mediums to the end, as Guil now gets fastest lap, and Franchi gets the 2nd penalty of the day.
And this makes his situation way more difficult in order to get some points today, actually.
Yeah, but Axa's now going to have a huge challenge now. He's now going to be out. He's just going to be in the points.
That's 3 times.
And it's contact with Marco!
The Red Bull...
coming out the pits there, Marco turned in and Axa was there. It doesn't look like he got any damage, but he might have lime green damage. Axa's got damage.
Yup, definitely he's going slowly through the SS, and it means he must go to the pits yet again. What will he do now? Well, definitely a recovery drive might be the one we're looking for.
As Guil is onto Sniper's DRS now, so this is what he needs to get past him, as Sunset takes the lead of the race.
Let's see if Guil can make a move on the Austrian. He goes down the inside on the same corner where he overtook Nuffle. Squeezes him a bit and goes down the inside.
I know. As Sunset's now going to lead the F1 race here against the low key. Axe's going to have to pit again for mediums, but he's going to lose a lot of time.
And
He's
actually,
down.
look at Michael, he's doing a lot of great work for Gul. He lets actually Gul go away. Oh, I know this is not intentional, but still.
I just realised. And obviously Cameron's all over this. He's going to love this situation ahead of him. But now Namsko knows he needs to get past him here, or Gul is gone.
Yep,
Same with
as
Cameron.
he uses ERS, he's faster.
Yeah,
Michael
Sniper's
trying
not
to go
attacking.
slightly with a little squeeze down the inside.
They both wheels again. They're both Frenchmen, both wheels of Sniper. And now Cameron's going to be on the case, because Cameron's now going to be stuck behind the slowest sector.
And that's a big issue for him. Unless he can get DRS on Michael and then regain it. Because it's also doable.
Gul is 1.1 ahead. He's not going to have anyone attacking him now.
Really?
Yeah.
1.1 seconds.
So Gul will not have anyone attacking him this lap. As Cameron's going to the inside here.
As he got DRS regardless if he overtakes Michael or not, he gets DRS, he can now regain
Namsko didn't get any. So Cameron's got a goal opportunity and Gul has got no ERS.
And that's making his life very, very difficult. You can see 5% of ERS. It's way too little if you want to defend from Novel or Cameron.
I can't believe it. As Marco gets past Banshee for P8 now, but something might happen with the Stewart room, obviously, after that contact with AXA. But we'll have to wait and see if AXA reports it. As yellow flag, that's BIOS. Is this going to go on a safety car?
It's like Skoda out of the race on the track. Is he calling out the safety car now?
No, it's not. It would have triggered it by now.
Well,
so everyone's going to keep going around. No one's looking for the pits for here. So there'll be no safety car, it looks like.
Well, it happened in F2 race, but not here.
Yeah.
And we're halfway through the US Grand Prix.
As Gul has been caught back up by Namsko and Cameron though. So these top three could be going for the lead, all of them. But Gul's going to be the most vulnerable because his ERS is so minimal now.
Well, it's actually 13%. It's way too little if we want to defend on the back straight.
Well, Cameron's got 80%, Namco's got 40%. So this is going to be a fun race. So Cameron can definitely get past these two. But he needs to be smart with his ERS. Because the guys ahead of him, because I feel like Namsko is going to be going full throttle. Yeah, he is. He's using all of his ERS. He's using a lot of ERS to get a boost there. And he's not overtaking Gul yet.
Well, he's getting close, he's getting closer, the outside by side. Nobody wants to see Gul and Darunia are wheel to wheel, and the Aston Martin gets back on the provisional lead of the race. Because remember, the top two are still on the mediums they started the race in. So these two, Loki and Sunset, have to pit again in order to actually make the strategy complete.
Yeah, but all this is allowing Cones to slowly catch up to these three ahead of him.
Well, he's already 1.5 seconds.
So these two keep fighting. He could catch him and he could be on a chance for a podium.
Well, how many warnings does all of these top four have?
I'll look now. Okay, so Gul got none. Cameron, none. Namsko, 2.
Well,
and Cones, 2. So only 2 of the drivers have nothing, which is Cameron and Gul.
If they hear us now, that's definitely helping in terms of strategy.
No, don't mess up. Don't mess up. But other than that, there's not much else going on in the background. Obviously, the fields are starting to stabilize a little bit.
Yep, we can see Marco Botta still fighting Francesco Sanzoni, and there is Kalle Pulkkinen behind them. Augustin there so peacefully in the P11, but he's yet to pit as far as I'm aware.
Yes, Sunset, Loki, and Sniper all haven't pitted along with Wrigley, have not pitted from their first mediums.
Oh, look at Chibukem. Chibukem is getting close to Carsten Gerding, and he's now going to move down the inside. That was so close for contact, actually millimeters. But still, the Alpine is ahead.
I did not expect that small gap to be used there by Loki. But he nearly did it too. But this has allowed Namsko to catch up. He might get DRS now on the front stretch.
But these are definitely going to be a difficult rival, because there are 2 of them. Because They still have nothing to lose in this race, especially when we'll consider they will be pitting. There will be.
Oh, that's a pit! That's a very late call by Sunset.
And he might be either going for the hards, because I don't think the softs will survive the rest of the race.
I'll stick on him. No, he's gone softs!
Okay, this is definitely very difficult to manage.
Now, low-key has to hold off the 3 cars behind him. No, it's 4 cars is caught up to them now.
Well, Cons is actually inside the DRS of the top 3.
Oh, Cones is... This guy, his pace is astounding, honestly. Oh, he won't be near them. Just absolutely blitzes his pace to catch back up. But now this is going to be a 4-wheel fight for the podium. It's actually 3 seconds, unfortunately, for P14.
And actually, what do I think? Is Chibukem going to block off the top these 4 drivers?
No,
you know
what Loki's like. He's not going to defend. He's going to defend this like it's his. As Cameron's all over Google. He could get it if he runs out of the RS.
As Nofalimonsi is about to take the lead, he's going down the inside into turn 12. Thank you, Colemasters, for the best shot ever, but at the moment...
Oh! Google looked for the outside, but he backed out of it.
Yep, and it's now Chibukem behind Nofalimonsi. Nofal is back to the lead of the race as he goes down the inside! And barely avoids contact.
Namsco lost the car for a second and went very wide. But this is allowing him to get away now. Guwill's now stuck behind the car. Now is Loki going to pit the respond to Sunset? No, he's going to keep going. So Loki believes that Sunset cannot get to the end on those softs. He's in P10 as well, I've realised.
Well, he's now in the point, which makes the situation very interesting. He stands it on the inside. Meanwhile, I was talking about the 10th place. As you can see...
side by side. The Gua's just going to hold him before the S's.
And defense is matched very well. Chibukem cuts the corner, actually. Looks like his mediums are worn.
Yeah, lap 16 is a bit of a toughie. Obviously, but I feel he's going to pick this lap or next lap. Because look at Namsco now. So Namsco is just starting to go away.
Still, Chibukem is inside his DRS, and the girl might catch up at any time. But look how close Cameron is.
Yeah, Cameron knows he needs to get past him here, because he can probably get 2-1 maybe.
Well, he does it to DRS, it looks like.
Oh, that is very bold by Cameron here, because Guba's got none. He could easily get there.
Look at Chibukem. He was very close from making, actually, an attempt to make a move on Nofel.
Yeah, Nofel's got no DRS either now. He's got less than 20%. Cameron could be is absolutely in the hot seat here. And Guba's going for it.
And he goes down the inside, pushes Loki wide. Pulls him wide and actually gains the place. How about Cameron? Will he take the third? He goes side by side and he takes it.
You've got to trust each other to do that in that corner, but that may have given him damage.
We'll see.
And Cones is now on his rear, so is Cones going to get past him too?
Well, because I think RS...
He's trying to take P3 back. And he just can't do it. He's trying to dive, but he couldn't back out. As now Sunset's going to take fastest lap.
I'm wondering if Chibukem hopes for a safety car.
If that happens, that is a goal that everyone will pit in front. But that means we'll have softs to the end. Oh no, Axa, can you crash out maybe? As Wrigley's in the pits on his old mediums. So P13.
And P14 as well, he will drop possibly, or even P15.
No idea, but Cohen's nearly running right in the rear of Loki in the braking.
As it looks like, Diogo has to overtake Chibukem now. If he wants
Guiller's got no ERS again.
And if Coles wants to get that 4th place, he needs to overtake as soon as possible, but he does not.
Loki's doing a really good at defending a guy on 10 lap old fresher tyres than him. As Namsco isn't getting in the way again. Google manages to close the gap every time they pull out a DRS with each other. So we've got another 9 laps to go after this, and we still don't know who's going to win the race.
Well, with 10 laps to go, coming, Stupid goes into the
As
pits.
Cole, oh yeah, so now Loki's going 10. He's going 9 laps on softs.
And
So,
he's going
unlike-
to push a lot.
And Sunset's on. It's going to be on 11 lap old softs.
So only
there
Michael
goes-
is yet to pit with the Mercedes.
Yes. This is when he does a no stop.
Well, I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, but you know what Sniper's like? He likes to look after his tyres a lot. And
Well,
he always goes bold on strategy.
Still reminds me
But,
of that puncture in Australia season 5.
I knew you were going to mention Australia. I knew you were going to say that. But Namsco and Corin needs to pass Google now. Because look at Google's ERS.
40%.
Cameron's on 94.
And he can use it all as Antoni gets another 3-second time penalty.
It's the fact that he should know he can get past Google with no problem. And then catch Namsco, who's in the same situation. Cameron's doing the same thing he did in Mexico, but I think that he's going to wait too late. Yes, I know Cameron won Mexico, but I think he's going to do it this... Oh, he might go for a move here.
As he goes this time round the outside, kind of an original one, but it does not help at all. He's getting a better exit.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what he's focused on that time.
But it doesn't help at all in terms of overtaking.
Unless he's trying to overtake in the front stretch for the S's. Actually, he might do that. He's on 100% ERS now.
Well, he has to use some of it.
Oh, yeah, he pushed a bit there, but he stopped.
As he's just making a look down the inside.
No, he's trying to put a bluff on Google, I feel right now. He knows he's got the pace to get ahead of him.
Meanwhile, behind the Mercedes goes to the pits.
Yep, so Marco goes P5 now, and he's got 3 cars behind him. Of Franchi, Ken, and Sunset has caught these guys up.
And he's already a 10th behind them, so maybe it's worth looking at.
Yeah, but remember, his tyres have to go another 8 laps. And obviously, 11 laps, none of the guys in softs pushed their tyres that far, remember.
Well, this might be a very hard, but as soon as he can overtake, he needs to do that, and he gets the 3-second time penalty.
That's unfortunate for him, but unless he can do his pace is enough on the softs.
I've been looking at the top 3.
Namsco's not using any race. Google could look for the inside here, and he is. He's going for the move. The French
is he about to take the
lead? Side by side, though. They're not letting each other up. And Namsco's going to hold it. Unless Google's going to go for a dive here.
And he goes for it. He goes down the inside. He might have got the warning for exceeding track limits, but they are it's a free wide. It's a free wide between these 3.
Cameron's got looking for the gap. Now he's going to stay there.
He stays behind these 2, but it was a very close moment between all of them 3.
I did not expect Cameron to do that move. I'm going to check warnings now. I know, the fact that those 2 can do that is incredible. Is Cameron going to move to the inside of turn 1?
He goes for it, actually.
Oh, he's gone for a dive. Is he going to get the better exit? He has better ERS. He knows he can get it here. But
and he goes side by side with the Haas. Can he take the second place? No, he stays behind yet again. He needs to back out yet again and wait for the better opportunity than into these S's, because that could have ended up with a disaster.
Yeah, Google just has on the outside in that corner. He has the inside for the next corner, so it's Cameron needs to be on the outside somehow to have the better exit.
Well, we're looking at another episode of this battle. It's lap 21. We're about to go to the ending stages of the race. Not quite yet.
Capricorn goes fastest now on softs. But I don't think anyone's talking that at the moment, as Namsco's defending the inside now.
Meanwhile, Kacper Kosa takes the fastest lap. There is some bit of raving around here. As Gul tries to take lead yet again. He goes down the inside it again.
And he's locked up massively, and he can't do it again.
And it opens up the chance for Cameron Doubts in the Red Bull.
Oh, Cameron's got his nose and he could go for the... No, Jules defended it.
He focuses more on defending that second place. He makes Cameron stay behind.
Sunset's got past all 3 of these guys and we've missed all of it. Sunset was P9 last time I checked. He's now P5.
Wow. Has he done it inside within a single lap?
If he did that, that's incredible. But he needs to pull his tyres. He needs to pull away from him. He has a penalty, and he has soft tyres, which will start dying in about another 5 laps.
And that's a major issue for him, as Mehmet Duranovic gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
But Loki is going to catch these guys as well. He's on fresher softs too.
As
So
good as
if
2 tenths. Good as 2 tenths behind Nafel Imunsi and the Aston Martin.
But he retires, I think, unless he left. No, he retired ages ago. Sorry.
Yep, he retired before leaving the session. It was that situation where we thought there was going to be a safety car.
As there's a car in front of them, and that's David's goal. So Michael Bogg gets another penalty.
And this makes his situation way more difficult in terms of the position, but we're looking at the top 4 yet again. None of those have penalties. Gouil is closing. He's 2 tenths, he's 1 tenth behind. He's looking for a move to the inside yet again. Can he make it stick for the third time lucky? He does so. He's in the lead, at least for the moment. And he takes it permanently.
Cameron's gone to the outside. He just caught him. But look at side by side in the corner.
It looks like Cameron and Diogo might both get involved. In that, they are sideways at it again. It's another episode of the battle. Novel is ahead.
He was at the back of Namsco. These 4. Oh, that is astounding that these 2 are battling so hard for the first race win. We are lap 23 now, and we had the Frenchman change the lead about 5 times now. And Gouil's going for the move at turn 1.
Well, he's going for it.
And he's done it. Cameron's going to get past as well.
As Noffel lost 2 places within a single lap, and that's getting very interesting situation. Remember that Gouil has little ERS, not none.
I think Cameron's going to start pushing now, I feel like, because he now only has 1 car ahead of him he has to worry about. But I might be wrong here, but that's what I feel like he's going to do. But Gouil, that was a really good move into the inside of turn 1. And Namsco just couldn't defend against it, and Cameron went through. Now I'm watching this. Cameron going to use ERS. Yeah, Cameron's going for it. He's going for the move here.
And it's an easy pass on the inside into turn 12. He is well ahead of Guillaume Darunia in the first.
Yes, Cameron now needs to pull away as quickly as possible because he knows he has ERS advantage.
Meanwhile, looking at the back.
Well, Cameron's pulled 6 tenths already.
Looking at the back at the same train behind Karsten Gerding 5th. Then Marco Botta, Francisco Sonzoni and Kalle Pulkkinen. The two closing are both Mercedes drivers.
Let's just say Cameron's got ahead and he's built the gap to 7 tenths.
Well, so shows his pace.
Yeah, Cameron could easily get away in DRS if he can get enough pace because he has more ERS to burn compared to the guys behind him. So Cameron his saving could help him here, and Codes obviously he has 90 now, so he could steal a podium here.
Well, it's possible for both car drivers to step on the podium today, and we'll see if Diogo Moraes will complete the move on Naufel Imunsi, as it looks very, very tight between these 4. Unfortunately, we don't have Aurélien Le Penroux involved in the Red Bull.
Cameron's race pace, he's now pulled to 9 tenths.
Gouil is barely in the DRS, so Cameron knew what he was doing, I guess.
Yeah, Cameron could get away in DRS in the next sector.
And he's already a second ahead.
And obviously, Cameron has ERS to burn. Gouil can't burn any of it because he's going to run out. Cameron may have just pulled the biggest mastermind strategy ever here at USA.
Well, just waiting for the move. Actually making an overcut. Still.
And I'm curious about Cones though, because Cones obviously he could easily take P3. But he's got 90% ERS because the other guys in front of him. And yeah, look, Cameron's 1.1 ahead now before the second DRS. Well, the first one obviously.
As it's 1.1 seconds between Cameron and Guillaume. This is actually amazing how Cameron does through the US Grand Prix. He was like 4th in the qualifying. Let's just verify it. Yes, he was 4th. Now he's in the lead, a second ahead of the rest of the field.
As meanwhile, Low-Key is only 2 seconds behind the guys ahead of him on mediums. And he's got 3 laps as me, but Ken's going for the move on the inside of Franchi and takes it to P7.
A clean pass down the inside.
Yeah, same, but wow, Cameron is just took off after taking the lead.
Polosek meanwhile gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
I don't know, is Goober going to have DRS here? Because it was less than 9 tenths. Yes, he does. Cameron isn't out of the woods yet, though. He needs to get ahead, and he has no ERS now. He's the same amount as Google, basically. Now, I don't know what's going to happen now. Cameron needs to hope his pace is enough to keep the gap.
Antonio Gieski gets another physical time. We are looking at the DRS train starting for the 5th place, or actually 6th, because Kasagadi has gone away from these 3.
Ooh, is Ken locked up trying to look for a move on Marco there?
At the moment, Chibuko Chukuma is the one looking possibly for that 6th place, because he has no penalties yet.
And he has a great pace, so he could easily jump to P5 at this rate. Which would be a great result for the British driver in the first race
of the season. He's got 1 victory and a couple of podiums in Ero F1.
Oh,
it looks like it's another solid point result for him and the career.
2 laps to go. Cameron's got 1.2. Cameron, if he can hold this pace, he has the first victory of the season and will open the championship battle against Goodwill already.
And Snoffel.
As Ken gets past Marco Bot in the same place he did in Franchi, but he's went deep. Marco's gone to the outside now.
As they're going side by side to turn 2, and it looks like the Romania is going to be the one ahead.
Oh no, the side by side of the SS!
They touch the bang wheels, but no major influence of that one. It's just Marco Bots are getting ahead.
Yeah, I did not expect them to keep going. I thought one of them would back out at least.
And look who's on the in. Look who's right behind them.
Yeah, low key, he knows he can sit behind this, but I know he's not going to. I know what Loki's mentality is. He is going to go for any position he can't go for.
Oh!
As Nabsco gets the 2nd place.
And we completely forgot about that. Watching the battle for position number 6. Kalle Pulkinen finishes a move on Botamarco, and there's Francesco Sonzoni trying one as well.
But this is just helping Cole. Oh, Nabsco's sliding everywhere. As Cole's Cameron's now 1.6 ahead.
And that's actually opening him a chance for the victory in the penultimate lap.
Yes, so we've got this lap and 1 more, and then we are done for the American Grand Prix.
We're not speaking that Cameron is about to win, but he's on the good way to do so.
But Codes is the one guy you got to watch out for now, because the top 2nd and 3rd have no ERS to play around with. Codes has 50%.
I'll be watching the 8th between Chibuko Chikuma and Marco Botta. Possibly Francesco Sonzoni might get involved in that one as well. As Loki goes down the inside. And makes a contact with the Aston Martin.
Oh, wow. This is going to end fun.
At least I guess. But he gets the job done in the 8th.
Oh, this is going to be a fun race, isn't it? As Ken gets 3 seconds, that's another one for him. Low-key, if he keeps his penalty clean, he could easily have a good solid P5 today. As Wrigley's got 2 positions, as Capacops and it's the Axer, and Axer's gone for fastest lap.
Same as Mr. Motor.
Now I'm curious. Coles is not pushing still. Guil is not going to let him pass, I feel like. At all, as... Now, this is going to be interesting now. Cameron's 1.8 ahead now.
Sonzoni is side by side with Chibuko Chikuma, and now he loses that 7th place. Mercedes is ahead. And that's a little bit
Marco's gone for it as well. Franchi's got no ERS, and Marco went for the move, and he's going to get it. So Franchi's lost 2 positions in the DRS and gets 3 seconds also. And he's hit Marco!
And that's a spin, even though his warning might get removed due to the steward's inquiry. Well, he's lost a bit of time. But I think he's just gone a little bit too deep.
As Cameron's gone the last lap now, he has 2.2 seconds to play with behind him. But the battle for the podium is not over yet. Because who is going to be 2nd, who's going to be 3rd? And obviously you've got literally, is Loki going to get anything good here today? Is Axel going to get fastest lap?
So it's between both classes and the Aston Martin of Naval Indemancy on the last lap to make some damage limitation in terms of the championship standings. Because Well, Cameron's over 2 seconds away. He's got clear path for his second actually victory in Ero career
Yeah.
and the first race win of the season in the first round in
But
second Americas.
This is the last chance that they're going to make a move here. So Google knows he needs to push every bit of ERS out of this car.
And he does
Same with
so.
Cold.
There's a bit of weaving out there.
Namsco's going to run out of ERS first, so Google might have the straight line speed here. Come to the last end of the straight.
And he goes around the outside. And they made contact, but looks like they keep it clean.
Wide. Google's had to back out. He got pushed a bit wide. And Namsco's going to hold the P2. But
meanwhile, Chibuken makes a move on Kalle Pulkkinen and gets 6th. And possibly 5th.
Cameron's had an absolute stellar race. He was only P4 in qualifying.
And there's this... What? There's some sort of yellow flag. As Nofelix has gone out of fuel, he's run out of fuel on the last lap. Cameron takes the victory in America. But does...
podium. Oh my word, no!
He's run out of fuel and finishes 4th.
He literally had 4 corners to go.
To keep that position number 2.
And Loki's P5, he has done it.
Wow. What an ending of this Grand Prix. Looking at the third positions, Wojciech from 5th, 6th Karsten Gerding, 7th Kalle Pulkkinen, 8th Michael Engelien, 9th Botta Marco, 10th Francesco Sanzoni, and we are looking for the battle for the fastest lap at the moment.
AXA's the only AXA and Mr. Moto could do it. They're the only ones who can now. Mr. Moto's coming to the line now. Will he set it? And yes!
It's a benchmark of 33.5. Can Aurelien help Cameron the Constructors get that 1 point? After contact with Botta Marco, he does!
He blitzes by 3 tenths. So AXA's at least helped the Red Bull's team, at least after a bit of a contact, which probably will be reported.
So we are waiting for Mehmet Duranovic to finish the race in United States of America. Well, we aren't done yet, because we still have a conference to do. But what a drive it has been from Cameron Dowds. He knew how to make the strategy going.
And Loki gets the first driver of the day in F1. But that race was ecstatic. The fact we had 4 guys battling literally within a second. And then Cameron. Wow, Cameron's race pace was ecstatic today. He took the lead, I have to manage his ERS, and just drove away from everyone.
Well, a great beginning to Season 7 of European Racing Organization. And looks like we're having this exciting season all the way ahead of us. Well, don't count Aurélien Lepenroux and Botta Marco yet on the fight for Drivers' Championship. It was just, I guess, one a bit worse race for Balls 2. But they may count in that one as well. The winner of today is Cameron Dowds. We'll invite him to the press conference, of course. With the rest of the top 3 of both classes, Guillaume Darunia and Diogo Moraes. 4th is Nofel Imunsi, then Chibuken Puma, Karsten Gerding, Kalle Pulkkinen, Michael Engelien, Marco Botta, and Francesco Sanzoni. Pole position point goes to Nofel, and fastest lap to Aurélien Lepenroux. Well, that
was an entertaining race to start the season, to say the least.
And what I must say, Cameron Dowds, he's youngest winner of a race in Ero F1.
Was he? Because I thought Drake broke that.
Drake, well, we'll say that. Drake was 14 when he was winning. Cameron is 13.
Wow.
That's a new record of the youngest winner of Ero.
That's ecstatic, but Cameron's I didn't expect Cameron to pull that much pace out of nowhere. But I can't believe we had someone run out of fuel.
Well, I cannot as well. We'll be invited the top 3 to the press conference. As well, we need to make this 10 minutes of a talk with them.
You have to respond.
Yes. But yeah, I'm moving to the room, and I'll see you out there. Yes. We told that he's the youngest driver to win a race in the Ero F1 division, Carsten. I can see a lot of hype train. It's an actual hype train. As we're waiting for these three to join the room, and this will take approximately like 10 minutes and we'll be done.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. He's even 12, they
Coutinho,
say
I
in the
can't
chat.
hear you if you're talking.
What? You cannot hear me?
Now I can hear you, but I don't know why I had to unmute
Yay,
yourself.
let's
I had to
go.
unmute you. So I'm gonna guess they're not gonna join with Coutinho.
Well, maybe.
I don't think they are.
Well, I would be negatively surprised.
Cameron doesn't touch Discord much. Cameron obviously doesn't touch Discord. Cohen's probably doesn't even oh, hello.
There's Diogo.
Hello. Muted, that's a great sign.
Well, hello.
Yeah, we've got one guy who's muted.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, I fill up the
Right.
standings in the meantime.
Okay, Diego, what was your reaction when you realized he ran out of fuel?
I didn't understand what happened at the moment. I just saw him ghosting, and I thought, "What the fuck?" Yeah, yeah,
No,
because
you
it was
can't blame
really
him.
weird,
But
really weird.
he
Yeah,
ran out of
my
fuel.
teammates told me. Yeah, my teammates told me going to the last corner that he ran out of fuel. So
Speaking of your
yeah,
teammate,
unfortunate for him, but P3, I'll take it.
well, I think someone's gonna be happy as well, like you will.
Hello.
What was your reaction when he ran out of fuel?
Namsco?
Yes.
My engineer told me the last lap that the guy in front had some issues with fuel. But so I knew it. After that, we were in the same party, so I asked him, and he said, "Shit! Whoa! I forgot."
Oh, for
So
God's
yeah.
sake. So basically, with Tino, we've had no swearing until he's still joined.
Well,
But at
they
least
definitely.
it's a P2 and P3 for Haas, at least. So, Guru, what do you think about your teammates already then?
Oh, that's you are beyond all of us. So I think it was pretty calm for you. But yes, you did a great job. So congrats. And
So Guru will be second driver? Question mark.
Yes.
what?
Definitely me. Definitely me. Yeah,
And
these guys are too fast. I was just cruising, watching around, not involving in too many wheel to wheel action.
Yeah.
I mean, I had 30 minutes of practice before the race only. So
Oh, freaking hell!
when I saw I could stick with them. I mean, I already knew that my race was going pretty good. So
Oh, hello,
before
Cameron.
if it was before, I would take it anyways.
Cameron, are you here or?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, that was an entertaining race to see.
Hello, goat.
Oh, God's sake. Well, Goo, at least you've got a nice challenge this season.
With
Yeah.
3 contenders, or 4 even.
I hope not, but
No, whatever. Says the guy lost out the pool by 3 milliseconds.
shit. That's all.
That's not an excuse.
No, but it was a mess in the party. I had some issues with Frosty. We were laughing a lot, so that was complicated. But yeah, I managed to do a decent lap. So unfortunately, that was not enough to get pole.
So entertaining. So, Matilda, you want to start this then?
Well, we officially started the conference already.
Well, I don't know who to start with.
It hasn't started yet.
Well, you shut up, Google, or I'm going to give you a penalty. So I guess we'll start with Cameron. Obviously, second victory of Ero.
Yeah.
How did you feel about today? Obviously, especially because you qualified P4, right?
Yeah. It was a good call. It was an alright call. My final sector was like not very good, but it was so competitive and quality. Like I think the top 4 was separated by like 6,200 or something.
It was that.
It's
Yeah,
mad.
exactly. The fact, well, this
And
is going to be an entertaining season just by that time.
Yeah. Now in the race, it was just mentally draining. It was just.
I noticed that
all
you were the
race.
best. I noticed you were the best one saving your ERS because everyone else was burning it and you were just saving it.
Yeah, I was trying my best to save it. I was trying to use it as efficiently as I could and just trying to overtake those two. Like when I seen they were both flashing, I just I overtook Gull and then I overtook the Aston Martin and then straight away after I overtook Gull, and then I just used it all to get out of DRS and then it was just plain sail from there.
Yeah.
How was your ERS when you overtook me?
When I overtook you, I think it was like 80, 90, and then I just used it all to get away.
That made a difference.
Yeah, Bill, you won 10%. I'm like, Cameron's finally going to make the
yeah.
I'm like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
I couldn't reload my ERS because I was so much under pressure. So.
Yeah, because you were trying to keep it to Namsco all race. I don't think you were focused on Cameron fully, and he just blitzed you when he got the chance.
Yeah, I made a mistake, so I was out of the DRS range. So after that, that was dead.
Yeah, but Cameron, obviously, this really puts you into the championship fight this season. Obviously, since you joined midway at the end of last season.
Yeah.
So this easily going to put you in a championship battle this week, especially with Google, who's definitely not afraid of you now.
Yeah. Should be good. I think last season I got 1 win last season, I think.
Yeah, because you nicked it off Cohen's in the second last corner in Mexico.
Don't remind me of that, please. Don't remind me of that.
Well, Diego, you left the door. What do you expect?
Yeah. It was a good move, but his move when he overtook Will and Numskull in turn 1 was even better. He just took the opportunity. Will went on the inside of Numskull, and then Cameron just passed it by. It was amazing. It was the move that won him the race, because after that with all that ERS, he was just unstoppable.
But it was a good race in the general because everyone had their own pace and all that stuff. And it's the fact that Cameron got in clean air, he was just gone. And then, so obviously we started T2. Obviously, the championship, who's defending his championship this season, Goo will. So, how do you feel about this season now, especially after this race?
It was pretty fun, so I hope it will be the same for the rest of the races.
Well, it's Brazil next week.
Oh, Brazil! I love it.
Okay, so Goo, how did you feel about this race? Obviously, losing out on pole by 3 milliseconds as well.
No, that was fun. That's all. That was fun.
Yeah, because the fact we nearly got the lead at the start as well, but he squeezed you into the apex. Yeah, I
the
saw
same.
that. I'm like, oh, I was
That
like,
was
oh,
fun because I did the same to him 2 weeks ago in in an event.
of
So
course.
so we knew it would happen. So we were
But
laughing, you know.
at least you two are cool with each other since obviously you know each other.
The last time
But it was a
I
really
was in
good
front.
performance. I was gonna say it was a really good performance by you today, Google again. The fact you managed to defend against that much ERS that you had compared to everyone else.
At the end of the race.
Yeah, because obviously Cones,
I didn't
Cameron
know
had
the
more
ERS.
ERS than you.
Yeah, I didn't know the ERS of Cameron, so I tried to stay within the second, but I made a mistake, and that was over. And when I saw I lost 3/10 in the straights, I said, "Wow, that's too much."
But obviously, it's a great recovery drive for you. Obviously, another podium yet again for you. And obviously, we'll see what happens at Brazil next week then. And then obviously, we can move on to P3. So, as it's a 2-3 for Haas today.
Yeah, to be honest, I like this track in Brazil, so I'm pretty fast. I hope you.
Sorry, Rambo. Then
I think Cameron left, but yeah, we'll see. It's pretty interesting because it's the same track regarding the opportunities of overtake is the same than America, so it could be pretty fun.
yeah, I was gonna say Brazil's got like maybe 2 major points you can make a move, and some of the corners. I was gonna say, Google, you loved dive bombing in that corner. I don't know what corner it was. I don't know what turn it was, but I'm gonna look this
12.
up. Yeah,
You mean to Loki?
the one that elevates downwards and then goes up. 2 seconds, I'm gonna get up.
I didn't understand.
What corner is that actually?
12, I say. It's 12.
No, turn 15.
What track? What race? What are you talking about?
Today,
This one.
after turn 15, when you kept making moves on the inside.
Of Loki?
Yeah, no, you literally did it past like 4 different drivers today. You did it against Cameron, against Namsco, Loki. I can't remember the other one.
Yeah.
That one that you kept moving to the inside and just literally just trying to hold the gap down.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's easy to overtake here, but when you have 2 cars in front of you, it's complicated. So it will, yeah, and it enables to keep the pressure on the driver in front.
Yeah, I get you, obviously. But then, obviously, hopefully, we can see you maybe back on the top step next week in Brazil. So we can now go on to Diego P3 after a bit of after Namsco ran out of fuel.
Well, that was a mistake.
Okay, but Tino, shut up.
Yeah, see you guys. See
All
you
right,
next
bye,
week.
Will.
Bye.
And then obviously Diego now. Obviously, how did you think about P3 today?
Amazing. I'll take it. I was expecting for a P4. These
Until the
guys
last lap, obviously.
yeah. These guys were really fast. I was keeping it up with them, but I couldn't make moves. Also didn't want to because I was liking to watch the race and see them fight and evaluating the competition as well. So my plan was to not to get involved in wheel to wheel action. Was just hoping for some mistakes or so, but they didn't do any. Apart from yeah, he ran out of fuel in the last.
That's staggering that he ran out of fuel. I think it's the first time someone ran out of fuel in quite a while. But obviously, this is a great start for you, Codes. Obviously, another podium for you again, especially in the F1 tier again.
Yeah, having practicing so little time, P3 is amazing.
Because I know that
I
you're good at
never thought
Brazil.
not one of my favorite tracks, but I'm kind of fast there. Not amazing, but it can all depends of the quality. It's a short track. Times will be really close. I think with this grid, a 10th can make you go to second or first or to 7th or 8th. So it all depends with the quality and yeah, because making moves in the DRS in Brazil is not easy. So
Yeah, but obviously you are like the underdog in this tier this season, since you're one of the drivers who can produce a miracle moment. Like you proved it last season at Mexico when you led every single lap apart from one.
Well,
yeah, that's right. So oh my god, yeah, I'm feeling okay. Just didn't have the time to practice for this week. I'll try to practice more for Brazil and for the other tracks. But I think we have a good grid here. And I hope I can do a good job. But yeah, if I
Well,
can keep
well, you
up
have
with Will and Cameron, I mean,
well, you have Gula
that's
as your
already
teammate.
an amazing job.
Well, you have Gula as your teammate, so obviously you have to at this point, only he will scream at you.
well, are you
But
doing?
no, yeah.
I will interrupt a bit. Are you doing equal fight, or there is one number one driver and number two driver?
Oh, you can't
I
ask
mean,
him this.
we didn't even talk about it, but I can say for sure it's Will the number one driver. He's by far the best driver in the last season of Ero. I mean, he's amazing. He's fighting in the esports. So I mean, I'm just a guy who took out ABS 3 or 4 months ago. I'm still learning. Um, I'm gonna try to learn with these guys, and yeah, hopefully in some of the tracks I can make some moves on them, but having the pace to stick with them it's already amazing. So
Oh, yeah, well, that's a good obviously thing. So let's
Well, do we say it's the end of the stream?
yeah, I can guess. Obviously,
Yep. So this is not the end of the action for the season. This is only the beginning, and I hope it stays until the end of the season. That's as exciting as it is right now. So before we disconnect with you, please consider liking, subscribing if you enjoyed, and look at the links in the description. It will be greatly appreciated. Next week, we are racing in Brazil, starting with the F5 at 6 p.m. UK on Friday. Then we're having PCF3 and F4 on PlayStation the same day. Saturday is PCF2, PSF3, PSF2, and the top tiers for both platforms on Sunday, 4 and 6 UK. So I think that's it for today, and we will see you again next week. Goodbye.
bye.